money.
Now that was a night worth remembering, or perhaps one worth forgetting. Declan, Katerina, and Theodore took a wee field trip, left the comforts of the Viper's vengeance and stepped into deeper waters over at Club Eternal. Valentina welcomed them, of course, all charm, velvet, and secrets. And Declan, he got to work. Necklace laid out, words spoken, the veil nice and thin, ready to perform his ceremony. And then something answered, not gently. The room turned violent in a heartbeat. Furniture rattling, glass trembling, something unseen clawing its way into the world. Whatever came through, it was angry. Scratches tore across the walls like something trying to write its way back into existence, and it did not like Katerina, not one bit. Now, the funny thing, the ghost wasn't Riley. No, the name that came out was Elias. The name didn't ring a bell to any of them, but it should have meant something to Katerina. You see, the way she reached for it, like a word on the tip of her tongue, and then nothing. It's like someone reached into her mind and cut the piece clean out. Now Declan, he bent the spirit to his will, at least enough to give it a job. He sent it off to spy on Chancie. Seems he's still a little untrustworthy of their newest coterie member. Of course, not all the trouble was on the other side of the veil. Theo and Declan, the tension finally snapped. Words got sharp, personal. Words that you don't take back once they're said out loud. Declan's beast showed its teeth, and Theo did not back down. By the end of it, they came to an understanding, though. Not friends, never were, just business. Funny how often that line gets drawn right before things fall apart. But back at the Vengeance, Chancie was playing host. Invited a little anarch crowd, 3 of them, friendly drinks, easy smiles, until you started listening closely. Turns out the sweet girl in the sundress, Elysia, yeah, she's not just another pretty face. She's the child of Prince Modius. And it seems the prince has no idea she's slumming it with the anarchs. And then a week or so passed since all of those busy events. Business kept moving until one night the door opens and in walks something a little more official. The keeper of Elysium, Layla. She shares the same clan as Theodore. Polite, professional, dangerous in a quiet way. She made some introductions and extended an invitation to the next Elysium, hosted by the good prince himself, next week of course. And from the sound of it, there's news coming. Some of it good, some of it less than good. Now me, I've seen how these things go. Secrets piling up, ghosts getting restless, princes calling court. That's not a coincidence, that is a storm. And if I were you, I keep a close eye on who walks into that Elysium. Because something tells me not everyone's walking back out.
Huh? What?
What does the bartender mean by that?
What do you mean? Wait, what's he mean by that though?
Bartender slash valet slash who is this guy?
Kane?
Whose man is this?
Who is this man?
It's a good question. That's a good question that you all ask. What did he mean by that? Well, I guess we'll have to find out.
Oh.
because a week passes. Time passes
Sorry.
for you all. The week until Elysium. And the night is finally here. The night for you all to get ready and prepare for this evening. Your first Elysium as a full coterie. While you may have attended Elysiums of past, this is your first one, at least with Chancie, and a full 4 group coterie. Now, I assume in the week's time, all of you will deal with your hunger and choose to feed. Unless for some reason somebody's abstaining. Speak now. I would like for you all to roll your feeding rolls to just see how well you do to take care of your feeding. So let's see what we have here. Chancie as an Osiris, you roll me. Charisma and performance or subterfuge. Declan as Montero, you roll me
Resolve stealth.
resolve and stealth. Katerina as trapdoor, you roll me charisma and stealth. Theodore as alley cat, you roll me either strength and brawl by force or wits and streetwise to find a victim.
Three successes.
3 successes, Chancie. I'm going to say that you are able to feed up to 2 dots of your hunger. Obviously, you can't go down to 0, but you can go down to 1.
I have 4 successes, but a critical on the hunger die.
Uh-oh.
That's so funny.
Okay. So, but you have like you have like 2 of the star ones, right? And then one of them is on the hunger die. Correct?
Yes, two criticals. One of them is a hunger die.
Okay. Noted. Katerina, did you also roll that?
I have 4 successes, and I think it is one. Here, I have my boomer picture.
Yeah, send us the boomer pic.
Here's my boomer picture.
Actually, hold it up to the camera. Hold it up to your webcam.
Okay. There you go. You can't see anything.
That is a
Chat. Is that it?
yes. That is it.
Yes,
I do
that
as
is
well.
a messy critical. Okay, Declan, what about you?
3 successes, no messy.
Okay, same for you. You're able to feed up to 2. Obviously, you can't go down to 0, so you could go down to 1.
We're feeding up to 2 also, or
Oh, no.
We haven't been mentioned yet.
So
yeah.
the messy critical, you get the 2 extra successes, but you perform the action as a vampire would, killing someone if you were trying to feed.
No! If I had a nickel for every time I've killed someone accidentally feeding in a Vampire Chronicle, I would have 2.
Just weird that you would have it twice.
Yeah.
You know? It's like
Yeah. Something's
Well, this
never
will be my
changed.
first nickel.
Welcome.
Man, it looks like you gotta call someone to get rid of a body, Theo. So soon.
Oh.
Now,
So we both killed someone? Fuck.
Now, others may rule this other ways, but because you are specifically rolling a feeding die for this, and you rolled a messy critical, as the rules do say, the beast takes over, and you will accidentally kill your victim.
Whoopsie.
So, we don't have to fully roleplay this out, how it happens and what happens, but from this past week, and the time that you all have taken to yourselves, both Katerina and Theodore, in your separate time during your feeding, you find that when you let your hunger become too unruly, sometimes it gets the best of you and accidents happen.
Yeah.
It may not have been something you wanted, but in that moment, you can't control the beast and what it tells you. It controls you. So what would the two of you like to do? Maybe we'll start with you, Theo. What would you do in this scenario?
Well, because of my feeding type, it is a particularly violent endeavor. It's not something that Theodore is proud of by any means. In fact, it's probably one of his deepest shame, the way that he feeds, and it's been like this since day one. So the situation is messy, literally. It's in some alley behind a bar or a club, a dark place. Found someone drunk, wandering where they shouldn't have been, and he would have killed them. He would be forced to reach out to Declan in this situation. Perhaps if it wasn't so messy, he might try and take care of it himself, but he knows better. This isn't something that you mess around with.
It's perhaps you don't even let the feelings that you've had this past week, where you left things off with Declan, you know that regardless of those feelings, this is business. You've established that this is a business. So when these types of things happen,
it doesn't feel good to call Declan in this moment so soon after this conversation. And I'm sure Declan can hear it in his voice. There's a hesitance. There is Theo's, last, certain moments aside in recent times, for the most part, Theo keeps a very tight lid on extreme emotions. So this is the kind of moment that you can hear it in his voice. And Declan, more than anyone else, has known him for 20 years, can hear this. And he would call him on a burner that Theo almost never uses. And obviously, you toss them when you're done with them, but he's had this one for maybe 6 or 7 months. He never has to call Declan to clean up a mess like this. Almost never. This wouldn't be the first time.
So Declan, you get this call, and how does Declan feel about this? And what is Declan's protocol for when this type of accident happens?
So the coterie would know that if they need Declan, apologies. Sorry, someone's outside. The coterie would know that if they need Declan in an emergency and it needs to go under wraps, they do call the casino. And in the kind of automated phone call, there is a laundry department, as like a hotel for I need some laundry done. And you leave a message, and that gets forwarded to Declan. So hearing Theo on the other line that he wants to schedule a pickup for some laundry, Declan would know to reach out to him on the same number. And Declan just asks for an address.
Hmm.
And then Declan would get there. Teeb tell Theo to stay, don't leave, in case other people walk by. You know, we have disciplines that can be used in these situations to do certain things. But as Declan gets there, you hear the low rumble of his car pull up, and both him and Carmelo meet you in the alley.
Theo has his head hung, his eyes raised to meet yours as you walk around the corner behind the building. He gestures behind a dumpster. He's back there.
And you see Declan go over to this body. And how do you feed Theo? You're an alley cat, right?
I'm an alley cat.
And you did say it was
So-
messy.
It is a violent and quick feeding. So there's broken bones, there's blood splattered,
Neck torn open.
neck torn open,
Phew.
multiple
is.
bite wounds. It is absolutely just a horror show of a scene. It's usually pretty bad, but in this case, it looks like a serial killer was here,
Jeez.
and I'm covered in blood. Yeah.
I grabbed a change of clothes from the casino for you. They're in the trunk. And
Thank you.
Declan will start going through this person, man or woman, his pockets, their pockets. Pulls out their wallets. I think you said it was a male when you fed.
Mm-hmm.
Pulls out their wallet. Declan pats them down. Cell phone in a bag. Wallet in a bag. Rings in a bag. Anything that may leave significance in a bag. Carmelo, go get me, let's see here. Go get me the needle noses from the trunk.
You think you're gonna need a bag as well, or just
Just the needle,
supplies for now?
just the needle noses.
He heads to the car, grabs the equipment, brings it back to you.
And Declan grabs the needle noses and he pulls out a silver back molar in the bag. And Declan, as he looks this body over, no more things that won't be dissolvable. He also checks for scars and he replaced hips, knees. No, this guy's as natural as ever besides the silver tooth. And then Declan will just cast ashes to ashes right there in the alley. And
All right.
it takes one rouse check, even though I just fed.
Hmm.
Declan is fine. That is a success. And it is, if it is a mortal, and it is successful, it's let's see here. Unless the corpse is animated, I do not need to make a stamina plus
So-
oblivion roll.
So it's basically just successful.
Yeah.
You
Just
just take
require-
care of it.
Yep. And you see Declan cuts his palm like he did at Eternal, holds it over the body, and he just starts dripping the blood from his palm onto this corpse. And within 3 scenes, that corpse is nothing but a pile of ash.
Hmm.
And then Declan,
Go ahead. Yeah.
as it turns to a pile of ash, you just see Declan just takes his right foot and just swipes over the ash. Not 30 seconds ago was this a human being, and Declan, with no connection to them, just kicks his foot, ashes into a puddle.
As Declan's doing that, Theo is walking out of the car. He had gotten changed. He has his old clothes in a bag that was provided to him. He hands it to Carmelo. Again, this is not the first time that this has happened. I appreciate your services.
I do what I do, Theo. Now you get to do the legwork, walk around the block, check for cameras. If there are, write a subpoena. I don't give a shit. Make sure they're deleted.
I've got my connections for that.
And you
I don't
do. You take care of that. You survey the area. You do take all of the necessary steps, the checklist of items that you need to do to make sure that this is a clean accident and is taken care of. You don't seem to find any security cameras in the area, which is good. No bystanders.
I tend to be careful before I feed.
Yes. And you were. So that's taken care of. At least the first one. Now,
Whoops.
we cut to Katerina.
Such a busy bee.
Katerina, what does this scene look like for you, and what would you do when this accident happens?
Well, luckily her predator type lends itself more to not being found out as easily. Now, of course, there is still a mess, and she doesn't intend to ever kill any of them. But as a trapdoor, her lair is the casino. Specifically, the lower level. There is an area of tight, winding corners that are mirrored completely, and little alcoves, with little lounging, dark velvet green, little seats. So it's good little getaway, quiet time. At least that's what, for the blueprints of the building, that's what we call it. That was built so she could hunt people through it, as a trapdoor likes to lure them in, much like a trapdoor spider, for what it's named, and stalk them. The joy is in toying with them and making them terrified before she feeds. Unfortunately, it gets she goes a little too far. And I think as soon as she realizes and drops the body in the mirrored hallway, there's a little bit of a blood splatter across the mirrors. And she kind of looks at herself, looks at her hands, takes out a little handkerchief, pat, 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 and sighs. And she would, since she is in the casino, just radio earpiece up to Declan. Much easier. Much, much easier.
Your second call this week, Declan.
What is it, Katerina?
I need your assistance down in the mirrored hallways.
Ah. I'll be there momentarily.
You might want Carmelo.
He's already next to me.
Oh, wonderful. And she would wait. Very relaxed. She sits probably in the chair that's closest, one leg crossed over the other. tapping her little heel in the air.
Well, well, well. Haven't been down here in some time.
It's better you don't, but unfortunately, this one didn't last as long as I thought it would.
I can see that.
I do apologize.
No need. That's what I'm here for.
I'm more than happy to assist. I just know you have a certain protocol and like things done a certain way. So,
Carmelo and I can handle it. Just,
you sure?
of course.
All right.
Just, head to the floor, clean yourself up. You have some blood right here.
She does a little pat pat. It's lipstick, what do you mean? Thank you,
Don't-
Declan.
It ain't my first rodeo.
I know. Well, all right. I'll head upstairs.
And the same thing, Declan will go through their pockets, wallet, IDs, find out who they were, this, that, and the other, inspect them. We don't got to go through it all again. And then once again, Declan will cast Ashes to Ashes.
And another rouse.
Yes. Carmelo.
Oh no.
The shop vac in the janitorial closet, please.
Right. I'll get it.
Declan does get hungrier with this one, so he is at 2 hunger.
Oof.
I do believe that Miss Sinclair and I are at 0 hunger.
That is correct.
Yay!
The benefit of this is you are fully sated. The only time you can ever be fully sated. However, with this,
Oh no. That's right.
Katerina and Theodore, while you are older kindred
We are.
and you have seen a lot more of, you have a lot more experience in unlife than perhaps your coterie mate fledgling Chancie, who's only been in here a few years. However, the two of you are people, are kindred who still have empathy. You've made that clear in how you've built your characters. Theodore, a pro bono lawyer. Katerina, somebody who takes in those who need help. You have humanity still. And taking a life is still something that weighs heavy on your conscience and your humanity. Therefore, I would like both of you to take one stain, and at the end of the session today, and somebody please remind me if I forget, we will make remorse rolls to see if you lose a humanity.
Oh god. How romantic. We're gonna make our remorse rolls together.
And I gasped. Chancie would never.
How do you mark a stain again? It's just on the sheet, like
Yes.
On your humanity, click on one
The-
of
on
the
one of the empty.
open boxes.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
And it should leave a little slash.
Yes.
Got it.
And that'll help us designate how many dice you actually get to roll at the end. So
I don't know if I've ever had. Well, I guess I mean,
yeah, I'm pretty sure you did.
I thought I just lost. I thought I just
Yo,
lost
you-
humanity.
You didn't. Yeah, you
You
didn't
just
roll
straight up lost.
stains.
I've never taken stains. I just went straight to losing
You're
humanity.
stained now. You're filthy.
I
You're
think it
just
was
cooked.
only Will. Did Silas? I don't think Silas.
Not
it was
from
only
drinking
Willow.
bags. Yeah.
Yeah, that had to
It was just
had
me,
to
I
roll
think.
remorse. Yeah.
It's a little bagger.
Well, we'll see how that goes later.
Every time.
But that's what happens this past week, everybody.
What a week.
There were a couple of things that needed to be cleaned up and taken care of. And that brings us to this night. A Friday night Elysium. And you all are ready to go. Carmelo comes with the car to pick you up. It's a blacked out
Suburban.
SUV, yeah. And you all get in the car. And probably this night you haven't been chatting too much, this is your first time seeing each other for the evening, and get ready to head over to the Bendham Center for Performing Arts. I'm curious, what's the attire for everybody this evening? What is everybody wearing for a formal night at Elysium? Let's start with you, Kat.
It's perfect. I dressed up for it. And maybe you could see me in this outfit at Darkness Emergent.
Oh,
You may.
Memorial Day weekend.
So Katerina would be wearing, she takes a change of pace from the suits and would be wearing a very form-fitting wrap green velvet dress, very low cut, and probably comes to her upper thigh. And with her little black Louboutins.
Ooh.
Little diamond choker.
Ooh.
Little diamond earring. Mm-hmm. And she would put her wedding ring on, which she has not been wearing, but she would put it on for Elysium.
Oh. Interesting. Okay.
Is this something that you would have discussed with? Is this like an image thing? Do you want Theo to wear?
Yes.
You can
image that.
You had to ask at a character. That was something you should have figured out yourself, Theodore.
I assumed. No, I'm wondering if she would have approached me as saying.
If she didn't see it on, has he been wearing his?
No, but he has it in his pocket.
Okay. So then he would have seen her. It's very notable because he was a wise man and she got a rock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So she's got the engagement ring on and the wedding band on.
Okay.
So if I assume you'd see it, it's not hard to spot. It's a very flashy ring. So then I assume you would go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Theo. Let's go to you next then.
Oh.
What are you wearing for Elysium?
Well, Theo is still wearing a suit, but it is a much nicer suit. It's a little more stylish. Usually when Theo goes out, like when they went to, I don't think we mentioned it when we went to the club before. I don't think I mentioned my outfit. He wore a stylish suit, but of the 60s, the kind of thing he would have worn when he was dating Katerina. But for this, he knows that image is a bit more important, so he's got a more modern looking suit, well tailored, expensive, a brand name, a designer name.
A little Armani.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
That's who we see next walking into the car. Now, third, we see Chancie. What do you look like this evening?
Chancie is wearing I want to say darker red, like suit setup. His shirt that's within is a black see-through with just roses peppered throughout the shirt. The pants themselves are a little bit they look like they're baggy, but they're like up to his waist, so the shirt's kind of like tucked into that, and then just open chest, bunch of thin chains kind of going across his neck, along with a bunch of jewelry, and obviously sunglasses at night. The idea is shock and awe, and of course he's a Toreador look as Kindred walk by.
Some heads in the club or in the casino turn as you head to the exit, Chancie. The door is held open for you by Carmelo, and you slide in to see your coterie mates. They see your attire as well. Everybody kind of gives each other the glances and exchanges. dressed to the nines for this evening. But that brings us to our last coterie member, Declan.
Mm.
Declan walks up to the car, and unlike what he usually wears, which is much more lax, you see him in a black button up, but it is buttoned up. It's like one of the high collared ones that are like go to the middle of his neck. It's buttoned all the way up top, tucked into a nice pair of slacks with dress shoes. He has his sleeves rolled up, and you can see he has his rings on. He has his bracelets on, and his hair is especially slicked back. The reason he's late is because he just went to the bathroom to make sure his pomade was in correctly.
A jacket? Or no jacket?
He is carrying it over his shoulder. It is not on at the moment, though.
Oh my god.
But he does
like
have
a fashion model.
He does have a longer, it's not tapered like a suit where it ends at the hip. It is one of those kind of like dress suit peacoat type things that like Secret Service wear. That's what he's rocking.
Oh, one last thing. I'm so sorry.
Yes.
Chancey's facial hair and hairline to the T, shaped up, clean. It looks like he just came from the barbershop, as you guys see his barber leaving the casino.
I mean, it would have to, because it's just going to go back to normal tomorrow morning.
Exactly.
Right.
That's great. So, Declan is the last to slide into the back of the vehicle. Carmelo closes the door.
Oh, Declan sits in front.
Oh. Noted. Declan sits in the front, the three of you in the back.
It's the best place to make sure that the people in the back are secure. The back seat is safer.
And you all
Chancey in the
drive
middle.
off.
What was that?
Is Chancie in the middle?
I mean, how are y'all feeling with each other today? Do I need to be the therapist here? I can sit in the middle.
Oh, I'll sit in the middle. I'll sit in the middle.
Are there any words exchanged before arriving at the Bendham Center?
Yes.
Or is it a Benedum Center, sorry. Or is it quiet?
It's not quiet.
Miss Sinclair, you look stunning as ever.
Wonderful. I was just about to tell you the same. You know, this shirt is quite something. I like... Oh, it's see-through. She's kind of looking you over.
It's sheer.
Oh, that's quite lovely. I like that. Wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Well, we all look very nice tonight. And of course, this is our first Elysium together as a complete coterie. So I expect that we'll all be on our best behavior and no shenanigans, no fighting, light on the flirting, unless it benefits us.
Yeah, Theo.
I'm sure she was not talking about me, Chancie.
Other than that, I think the most important piece of business we can hopefully gain information on tonight is the prince himself. We want to endear ourselves to him to make him that much more likely to work with us. Of course, there's no better option, but what can I say? I like to lure them in sweetly. So, Chancie, I'm sure you'll have no trouble doing that.
Like a moth to a flame.
Indeed. Tonight should be a listening night. This is the one time where people like to talk and gather in one big place. So, I wouldn't say make friends, but Something like that.
It's always a good opportunity to see which way the wind is blowing.
Indeed.
Chancie,
Maybe even.
apologies,
Go
Cat.
ahead. Go ahead, Declan.
Weapons, firearms are not allowed at Elysium, so we will be on our best behavior to not cause anything, like Miss Sinclair said. Also, ghouls are not allowed. Carmelo, you know the drill.
Not just weapons, but violence of any sort from kindred to another kindred is strictly prohibited. This would be your first Elysium, Chancie?
Yes, I made sure to keep my brass knuckles back in my room.
Wonderful.
Glad to hear it.
That does
And Chancey's
mean
sitting
no powers.
right behind. Declan.
No awing, people. Only natural charisma tonight.
Miss Sinclair, name me one time where I've used awe in front of anyone.
Then you'll have no issue. It'll be a lovely night, I'm sure.
We were invited.
Like they had a choice.
Oh, I actually quite enjoy these.
Is there anything else before we arrive?
Not from me.
Declan will
Okay.
look at Theo. Theo?
Oh.
Anything?
Yes. Well, I guess I could just reiterate that the punishment for breaking any of the rules of Elysium is quite severe. It's good to keep in mind.
And-
There are kindred who will try to push your boundaries in some sort of attempt to get a rise out of you.
Yes.
You cannot take the bait.
No. And remember to keep a united front. The last thing we need is to look weak in front of these other coteries.
Chancie, the information that you told us last week, that you found out when we were gone. Make sure
Yes.
that stays between us. I don't care how much of a fine piece of ass it would get you.
Declan,
Goodness.
understand that I am the finest piece of ass that's gonna be at Elysium. So if any secrets are gonna be released, it'll be from other kindred in hopes to require mine. And I am a hefty price.
Just wanted to bring it up.
Well, shall we?
Yes.
The SUV pulls up to the Benedum Center for the Performing Arts in downtown Pittsburgh, where there are signs and what are those things? Those velvet stands that have closed for a private event. And you all exit and head up the stairs into this gorgeous and pretty old. I believe the Benedum Center was once previously called the Stanley Center. It was built in the 1920s. It's an older building. It has a gorgeous chandelier and old velvet seats with a stage at the front where an orchestra is playing right now. The music is light and gentle. It is not overpowering. And there's light conversation. As you all step in, and the keeper of Elysium herself, Layla, her and another kindred are keeping track of invitations and who enters. You're all let in. And you see a small gathering of kindred. The Benedum Center, tonight is not filled with its usual mortal life, but obviously those much older kindred Elysium. Some are standing in aisles, some perched along railings, gathered in these quiet clusters, chatting together, some at the bar where there are various blood dolls to be served for those who wish to partake. And the music just keeps the atmosphere engaging for the time being. But as you walk in, you see everywhere there are eyes watching each other, watching others, watching you, watching all of the conversations, judging, measuring. Nobody at this time immediately walks up to you. It seems everybody's already engaged in their own conversations. And you look up at the clock, in the next 10 minutes is when the performance will begin, and everybody will be seated. Following the performance will be announcements from the prince.
For above table,
Mhm.
As you know, we've been to Elysium in Ancestral Blood.
Mhm.
What is the size difference between the Chicago Elysium versus the Pittsburgh Elysium?
It is certainly smaller, yes. You would measure about 70 kindred. From just a quick glance and overview, approximately 70 kindred compared to maybe the 200 or plus kindred that linger in Chicago. This is a much smaller and intimate gathering.
Cool. Thank you.
Upon first glance, taking a glance around the room, there's not too many faces that you recognize. I will say, Chancie, you don't see your sire, but that's to be expected. They're probably preparing for the evening's announcements. You also notice Burgundy is here. The Hecata who was at Eternal. However, also looking around, you do not see Valentina. You happen to also notice the Harpy, who previously had come to do some of the dealings with you. That's about all you notice and recognize as far as kindred go. Nobody else really sticking out to you at this time.
The individual I saw that one evening that was like dressed in like 1920s attire, that kindred.
Yes. You do notice her. Actually, yes, you see her. But now you recognize her stature. When you had seen her at the club, her face was a bit obscured, obfuscated. Now when you see her true face. It is no longer obfuscated by a mask. You see her face, and she looks like a Nosferatu. She has a like one of those long cigarettes. She has a little hat on her head. She does have hair. And but you just notice her face is just she has like an elongated smile. You can see some extra fangs in her mouth when she smiles. But she keeps herself well dressed. You do notice that she looks well kept.
Oh, she is adorable.
Yes, I have an image that not for stream. 'Cause, well, this is in one of the books. I wasn't sure if we were allowed to show it. So I will post it in the Discord, though.
I run.
Y'all better hop in that Discord. Go look at this girl.
Discord.gg.
Let's run everything. That's what she looks like.
Oh, wow.
Oh, she's fitted up.
Yep.
I love
Oh,
her.
hello.
She's
Fantastic.
awesome.
Yep. So, those are all the faces that you recognize. And anything anybody would like to do in the next like 10-ish minutes, or you could also just keep in polite conversation amongst yourselves.
I want to wait for my big move, for some conversation and everything. I'm
Yeah.
gonna wait till everybody's here.
10 minutes is when we're likely to hear like the start of the proceedings, like any formal announcements, keynote address sort
Yes.
of deal.
Correct.
Okay. I would just like to know if there's anybody else that we recognize around the room in particular.
I was gonna ask the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any ops? We have any ops in this room?
Any ops, any allies that we might have met recently? Or maybe not allies, but acquaintances?
Yeah, any haters here?
Any acquaintances? Any haters?
We can see where the priorities
haters?
lie between us.
I mean,
wants to
just
know.
look at our coterie. I think you can find one of those.
The call is coming from inside the casino.
Roll me a wits and awareness for anybody who wants to
Yes, yes.
look around and see if there's anybody you notice.
I love to wits and awareness.
Four successes from Declan.
I have
4 as
three.
well.
4, 4, 3.
I'm still looking. Oh, I have nothing in awareness. Okay, good.
He is not aware.
It's not about me. Why would I be aware of it? The fuck?
Wait,
Yeah,
real.
everything he needs to be aware of is right here. This is
Zero.
I
all.
need to go past these blinds.
0
right
successes.
here.
There is no mirror in this room. I am pissed.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Thank you
no.
for the 5 gifted.
Oh, thank you.
So sweet. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. So let me go through this while you roll, Chancie, if you're rolling.
I rolled.
would you-
I got 0 successes.
Oh, you got 0 successes. Okay. You're
Yes.
in your own world.
0.
There's no mirror in this room. I'm furious. It is. I'm
yeah.
over this already.
Declan, you notice somebody who, a kindred who does frequent the Vengeance, who's a regular patron. He's a very handsome Toreador gentleman named Louviere
Ooh.
Batali. Batali. I'm not sure if that's Italian. But
Batali. Battaglia?
yeah, I'm thinking like Mario Batali, but it's
Not Mario Batali.
Louviere Batti. It sounds almost French, his first name, so I don't know.
It does. Louviere. What a pretty
He's
name.
a handsome Toreador, a black man, and he has long dreads, and he's also in a red suit, and he sits and talks to two ladies who you don't recognize.
Ladies.
Two femme kindred. One of them has a tattoo on their arm of a snake. Theo.
With that 4 successes.
Yes.
And we've been to Elysium before in the past.
Yes.
Can I gather, like, is the sheriff around? Are there any of, if the sheriff
Yeah.
has hounds, like, what's kind of security looking like? Like,
Mhm.
is anything abnormal for this event?
Good call. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question. You have not seen the sheriff. You've not personally met them. You have only met one of their hounds. And you do see him, an Asian gentleman by the name of Hiro. You see him standing. He's dressed very well, also in a suit. He's got a little like floral on the lapel and black hair that's kind of slicked back. And yeah, you see him surveying the area.
How about you said the Harpy was here, right? And
Yes.
then what about the kindred lawyer that we met at Eternal?
You do not see her.
Okay.
But Theo, you see somebody that you recognize. It's actually somebody you've seen at previous events, previous Elysium, a Ventrue by the name of M. She is a femme woman with dark black hair that's also slick back. She is speaking with somebody else. Mostly everybody here is engaged in some sort of conversation.
And I've met them before.
You've
them.
met her. Yes, you've met her before. You've kind of had some dealings with. She's not a lawyer, but she has dealt in your field of law and related adjacent things. So you've kind of been in her circles a bit, so you recognize her.
Okay.
I'm trying to think if there's anything, anybody else you recognize or anything else you see. Just looking at my list here. Yeah, you guys don't notice. You don't see like the Primogen again. Like probably all of the circle, like the prince's circle of individuals are probably like backstage getting ready. So you don't see Primogen, you don't see the seneschal, you don't see the sheriff, you don't see the prince. No. Okay. Cat, you're looking around and you have to do a double take because you are like, wait a minute. Is that how I think it is? You see somebody engaged in the conversation toward the front stage. You see a well-dressed gentleman that looks very familiar to you. Your sire.
Why is he here? Oh no. Guys, best behavior, daddy is here. Guys, best behavior, daddy is here. Oh god.
You see him talking to a woman who's very well dressed. She has short blonde hair. Like you.
He's got a type.
He's all his daughters have short blonde hair.
Oh snap! It's
That's
Leon Kennedy.
He's
Yes.
Leon Kennedy. He wants a short blonde.
But this woman he's talking to also looks really important. You don't know who she is. She has short blonde hair and like red, almost like piercing blue eyes, and
Like me?
Oh snap! It's Leon Kennedy.
But he looks pretty engaged in that conversation with toward the front of the stage.
I'm watching this conversation the whole way through.
Mhm.
I will not be looking elsewhere. Okay.
You notice that it doesn't look. It looks professional, like they are talking business, straight up. That is what.
Oh,
Good.
they always are, aren't they? Those Ventrue.
That's all they do.
Okay. So that's all the things you all observe for the time being. Perhaps not even getting time to process all of this as you're taking in and soaking in all of the kindred atmosphere and the beautiful, gentle sound of the violin and orchestra playing in the background. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And
I guess I used, yeah. I didn't mean to interrupt like that.
no, I was going to say that the lights slightly dim at this time, and you hear the sound of the orchestra retuning like the when they all do their tuning before a performance is about to start. That is the sign, the gentle dim lights and the orchestra getting ready for you all to head to your seats. No assigned seating. It's a pretty large theater and there's not that many of you, so you can sit wherever you'd like to sit. Do you guys sit more toward the front, toward the back of the stage? Where are y'all
Front.
sitting?
I'm sitting at the front.
Okay.
Well, I assume we'll sit together, or at least I would sit with the coterie for this.
I will sit with the coterie. Yeah, that's what I was asked to do.
As we are walking up, and I see Katerina clock her sire, I would ask her, did you know he was going to be here?
He didn't say he was going to. Which is
Didn't-
odd. He normally tells me when he's dropping in.
You two are still close, right?
Yes.
Hmm.
Which makes it even more strange. And I don't recognize the woman he's been talking to all night.
Well, the night's early. We'll have time to learn more.
I don't like her already.
How many times do I have to tell you that sitting up front is very dangerous if we need to escape?
We're not going to be escaping. Escaping from what?
It's an Elysium, Declan.
Sitting up front takes the longest to reach the emergency exits, that's all I'm saying. I'd prefer a place in
Declan,
the
don't
back.
you know? Everyone plays by the rules in Elysium. As he kind of bumps you and gives you a smile.
And if they don't, and there is a true emergency, then I assume we would deal with it.
The sheriff and his hound will be up by the front.
Elysiums have been attacked before, that's all I'm saying.
You're right.
Well, we'll be safe. You're here, aren't you?
Yes.
Well, with our business, we can call this a calculated risk.
I just wanted to voice my opinion.
And it is appreciated, but being seen is more important.
Atlanta. Another one
Yes?
you're talking about?
What? What do you
Yes.
He said Elysiums that have been attacked. I was going back in my knowledge of. Never mind.
mean? You're correct. But that won't happen.
As you all take your seats, you notice your sire is sitting also toward the front, actually toward the where the steps are to walk onto the stage, which is interesting.
Oh.
And the evening begins. For about 30 minutes or so to start, the orchestra plays a grand performance for everybody. It's entrancing. You enjoy the music, and everybody sits delightfully. Nobody seems to have any issues with. It's just kind of quiet. It's almost like everybody's waiting. You know, when the music is playing and you're enjoying the orchestra, that you're almost anticipating what's to come. Then, as the performance ends, everybody claps. The orchestra leaves. And the keeper of Elysium, Layla, takes the stage. She steps onto the stage in silence, no announcement needed, and addresses the audience. Kindred of Pittsburgh and honored guests. She glances to the corner. Her voice is calm. Welcome to Elysium, a sanctuary, as it has always been, of discourse, of diplomacy, and of restraint. A beat. Tonight, we gather not merely to exist beside one another, but to witness what we are becoming. So please, as always, conduct yourselves accordingly. She gestures. And now, your court. She steps to the side, and taking the stage is first our Ventrue Primogen, Margaret Carnegie Miller. You see a woman in her late 50s, elegant, affluent, obviously, a member of the Carnegie family. She steps forward like she owns the building and just gently says, Pittsburgh has always known how to build legacies. I expect we will continue that tradition. Next, the keeper announces Xander Klaus, Gangrel Primogen. You see a gentleman with long hair, handsome but rugged. He has facial hair that is trimmed well. He keeps himself well. Gangrel often get a bad rep for being all gangrely, but he doesn't quite fit that mold. He smirks, his hands in his pockets, and has this very wry smile. Try not to bore me tonight. Next, the keeper, the Nosferatu Primogen, Elvira. You see a Nosferatu woman take the stage. She is bald, no hair, bat-like ears, but she wears makeup on her face, almost like in the shape of a skull. And she's dressed a bit provocatively, like she's ready for a party. She has a like a crop top and like midriff exposed and these like leathery style pants that she wears. She blows a little kiss to the crowd. And last, our Tremere Regent and Primogen, Alicia Kim. A woman takes the stage. She is more measured, cold, almost like a professor. She is very clean. Her hair tied back in a bun, wears a dress suit, very well dressed. And our seneschal, Rose Abawi, from London. And Rose takes the stage. Your sire, of course, Chancie. She is the last. She is dressed in a long red gown this evening with a slight glisten to it. When the light hits it just a certain way, you see that glitter and glimmer of her dress. A very short train that follows at the end of the dress. The five of them stand to the side alongside the keeper of Elysium. And the lights shift again. And finally, the prince takes the stage. Prince Modius does not rush. He walks onto the stage like a man who expects the world to wait for him and is resentful if they don't. He's older, probably appearing in his 60s. He has white hair that is slicked back and white facial hair as well. But he's dressed well, as any Toreador should be. But there's something beneath it that you immediately catch. It's not warmth or charm that somebody like Chancie might have. No, the only thing you can see is resentment. You can see it in his eyes. His smile is practiced, of course, but his eyes are not. And he delivers his opening speech. Kindred of Pittsburgh. A pause. I have long said this city stands at the threshold of something greater. He gestures outward. A nexus, he continues to gesture, between the East and the Midwest. The cities of the East Coast and the cities of the Midwest. The tradition and the opportunity. His gaze sharpens slightly. Pittsburgh is not Chicago. It is not New York. It is not Boston. But it is its own unique charm. We do not have the name, the crown jewel, the way Chicago does. But we are that nexus between all of them. The nucleus. And tonight, as every night, we will continue to prove just that. A gentle clap in the audience at his words. Now, there are many announcements for the evening. I first, as we do, when kindred outside of the city come and visit, they do present themselves. And so I would like to welcome our esteemed guests visiting Pittsburgh, traveling between cities. The Primogen of Chicago, Toreador Primogen, Annabelle Treebell. He gestures to the woman with short blonde hair. And visiting from New York, part of the Vanderbilt dynasty, Ventrue, Charles Montrose Langley. He gestures to your sire, Katerina. Everybody claps to welcome the esteemed guests from outside of the city. Now, we have things to celebrate this evening. It has come to my attention in these past months that we are to celebrate a union. A union of two kindred. He gestures toward the stage, and two kindred take the stage from opposite sides. They walk in. We celebrate their unity. Adrian Voss and Lucia Navarro. The two take the stage. They look at each other and not really the crowd. And there's more clapping. A lot of clapping this evening. Many of us in the Camarilla were inspired by the union of the Vermilion wedding that brought the Camarilla and Ashira together those many years ago. Kindred life is often so talked of in death, the end, what is to come. But there is also hope. And when two kindred feel that their bond is so strong, they choose to extend that in a blood marriage. And that is what Adrian and Lucia have chosen this evening. Power is not merely seized, it is cultivated, refined, bound together through purpose. And these two have found their purpose and brought themselves together. Somebody else approaches and they carry a polished silver tray. Upon it, an ornate dagger and a single chalice. The light catches the blade. Tonight, we witness not affection. He has a faint smile, but something far more enduring. Adrian takes the dagger first, and no hesitation. He draws it across his palm. That scent of Vitae does hit the air slightly. You all get that waft of intoxication. But as Vitae drips into the chalice, thick and slow, then Lucia follows. Her cut is more delicate, but her blood joins his in the chalice. The chalice is lifted between them. And just for a moment, they stare at each other and they hold hands. They embrace for a hug and kiss. Then they take the chalice. And each of them drink. Drawing them even closer together. It is felt in the room, that tightness drawing between the two of them, a bond in blood. Modius watches, satisfied. Let this stand proof that in this city, we do not fracture. His gaze sweeps across the kindred assembled. We come together, and through this bond we rise. You hear the music swelling once more, and the audience cheers. This time a more like whoop whoop, like people are celebrating a union, a blood marriage together. The two of them once again hug, embrace, hold hands, and exit the stage. Now, the music fades. It actually fades and stops. The shift is immediate. Cold. Prince Modius does not move from his place, but his expression changes. That performance of warmth is gone. Of course, he says, sharper. Not all who walk among us understand the weight of what we are. I do not need to recite the core tenets of the masquerade, but every once in a while it is important for us to remind ourselves the gravity, the weight of what we are and who we are, and the dangers that if this frail veil is ever broken, how quickly it can completely break, not just fracture. So tonight, I am sad to say we must make an example. It is at this time I would like to bring my sheriff to the stage. And if you all wouldn't mind giving me one moment as we take a quick moment to prepare for the next scene. I leave you all in suspense for
How
just
hot
a
is the
moment.
What the hell?
Oh!
We have a special guest that the players got to see before the audience did, so that hence their
Sorry, I
reaction.
couldn't hold in my excitement.
You didn't tell me to, so I was excited.
That's true. That's true. You didn't tell us.
As a guest joins us, we see the sheriff, Duran Fox, take the stage. And Duran, I would love for you to describe yourself walking onto the stage.
Yeah. With the lighting focusing on the prince, there's a shadow, obviously, that's surrounding him. And obfuscated behind, you see a 6'7" broad-shouldered man step from behind him. He wears tan pants with brown suspenders. He's got a white shirt on, open collar. You can see chains that are dangling. And he's got his sleeves rolled up as if he's just comfortable. He respects Elysium, but he's upset that he had to put a shirt on today. And he takes 2 steps forward. And as he meets into the light where the prince is, you can see small glints of hazel from his eyes that are sharp as he immediately scans the entire crowd. And he says nothing. And he stands there, arms crossed. It's heavy. And you can hear the huff of his chest as he stands there and he waits for the prince.
You all see this presence. It's your first time actually seeing the sheriff. He has kept himself behind the scenes for many years here in the city. But now he makes himself known, taking the stage by the prince. Modius continues. Now, Pittsburgh is a small city. Therefore, we keep our numbers very low. And sometimes something falls beneath the cracks and an embrace happens without permission. When this happens, proper action is taken. Now, this is not something that I normally do, but I feel it is best for us to make the best demonstration that we can for everybody in the city. Caleb, I have his last name. Caleb, I don't have his last name. Anybody want to give me a good last name?
Montgomery.
Caleb Montgomery. his generation is not so old. And Caleb, when you and the hound actually drags this kindred who is tied up, who's just his hands behind his back, brought onto the stage. When you brought your child into this world, they were not. They are of the Duskborn, which causes even more problems for us in this city. The hound goes backstage, brings out a second individual, who this one is bound up and has a bag over their head. And as per the traditions of the Camarilla, Caleb, your sire is also responsible for your actions. The hound goes out and drags a third person onto the stage. Lined up are 3 people tied up. Caleb, the main offender. The child that he embraced into this world, a thin blood, and his sire. An unauthorized embrace, a thin blood nonetheless. This is how the masquerade cracks. This is how cities burn. A final look at Caleb. You are not being punished for ambition. No, you are being punished for failure. And this will affect your entire legacy. The 3 of you will be executed this evening. Sheriff, he looks to you, Duran, and I'm curious, do you have a method, a preferred method for a public execution like this?
Conversation between Duran and the prince when this was provided to him was short. It was very simple. He said, make them regret. And so Duran steps forward and he steps to the person in the middle and he stretches his neck, and you can see as he stretches his neck, his fangs descend from the top and the bottom of his mouth. And he takes his hand and he puts it on the top of their head, gives them a gentle kiss, and begins to squeeze. And you can hear the cracks and the pops and the squelches as his hands come together and they clasp, fingers interlocked. He looks at the prince for a nod of approval.
He nods.
He goes to the third person, puts his hands on their shoulders, stretches his neck again, fangs still descending, and begins to wrench both shoulders down until you hear pops and snaps and tears, and begins to piece by piece dismember them on stage. He looks to the prince again.
Another nod.
He goes to the final person, and he looks out into the crowd, shirt stained with blood, and he smiles. And without taking a beat or a breath, and does not break eye contact with anyone who meets him within the crowd, he plunges his arm through the chest of this person. He steps back.
You watch and hear the cries of terror, the frenzy that is sustained by being bound. As 3 kindred turn to ash after their execution. The crowd, there is certainly an uneasy tension. People shift in their seats uncomfortably. It is not a comfortable sight for anybody. Even those who perhaps have less humanity than others. It evokes just the slightest hint of each of your beasts in that fear and terror, but not enough quite to frenzy, but just enough to get you shivering in your boots for just a moment.
Even Declan? Or would Declan have enjoyed this?
You sick fuck.
You just-
You sick fuck.
As somebody who also considers themselves perhaps a judge, jury, executioner,
And one of the clan of death.
there is a twinge of enjoyment for you, Declan, knowing that they got what they got. Yes, Duran?
I think being that the coterie is in the front and Duran being who he is, when he meets the gaze of the crowd before the final execution, he sees Declan, and that's where the smile is sent off, and a
And-
very small wink, imperceptible.
And Declan, his elbows are on his knees like he's watching an Oscar-winning film. Like, while everyone else, like, Katerina might have her hand over her mouth. Theo's kind of, like, uneasy. Chancey's probably, he's seeing Three Kindred. Declan is watching as if a master at his craft. Like, when you watch someone baking bread with, like, that open window and there's twirling the bread or making the pretzels and, like, one fell swoop, one motion, or making candy, people are just, like, watching.
Mastercraft.
Declan is just observing.
The exchange of glances is made. Duran, you step to the side of the stage. The prince steps forward once again. Now, a gentle reminder for us all. In the coming nights, Pittsburgh will be under the finest of magnifying glasses for events in the future. Therefore, we must conduct ourselves with the utmost care of our core tenets. Please, make sure that I do not have to do this again. Shall we proceed then? He shifts a bit and tries to clear the tense air. Let us proceed with the evening. Thank you all. Enjoy yourselves. Mingle, discuss amongst one another. He takes a step back and exits the stage. The lights that were once dimmed come back to house lighting. And music and chatter once again resumes. Phew, almost like a moment of breath in and breath out. Is there any conversation among the four of you?
Declan just leans over to Chancie. That is why we need to be extremely careful.
This evening or just in general?
In general, Chancie.
Remember that, what was her name? Burgundy.
Of course, she's here.
Remember her performance?
Yes. How could I forget?
As terrified as I am of what I just witnessed, I know an artist when I see one. if we are to make the mistakes that you fear so much, may our end be at such a master of such a craft.
Well, I'm just here to make sure you don't make those mistakes, Chancie.
Can't be everywhere, Declan.
That is true.
And just a few moments of conversation between the two of you as the crowd resumes their business. The folks who were on the stage exit, but you do notice one figure walking down the side of the stage and making their way toward you. It is the sheriff. The sheriff comes and approaches you, coterie.
Don't blink. I think he likes you.
You all see him exit the stage as he is in the process of changing his shirt as his hound comes and gives him another one. And he gets himself together. And he pulls a small flask out of his pocket. Yeah. Takes a swig and he goes, "Evening."
Sheriff.
Evening.
I apologize if that was jarring, especially for our newer guests. It looks at Chancie.
Oh, it scared the shit out of me.
Hmm.
But
Interesting.
I assume that was the plan. So, if anything, that is me saying you do wonderful work.
As I mentioned before we arrived, Chancie, and as demonstrated so thoroughly by the sheriff here, there are rules that we must follow. And sometimes justice must be served publicly.
Theodore,
Must
right?
That's correct.
All right. Then obviously I know you, Chancie. Declan. How are you?
I'm doing well, Duran. How are you?
Good. You can relax your shoulders.
Oh, they're always this tense. Makes me quick on the draw.
Here, take a pull of this. And he hands you the flask, and then he shifts his gaze to Katerina. And he extends a hand.
He
Evening.
would offer.
Is it the ring hand?
Yes.
He looks at it. He gives a gentle kiss, and then when he lifts his head, he goes, "Seems out of place."
Oh, you have a good eye.
No, there's just no indentation in your finger. It means you don't wear it.
Oh, you're fun. I like you. That's a good call. Dang, I didn't think about that.
I understand you all have business to attend to, but I'd like to have a conversation, four of you, if you will.
Is it a pleasant one? We won't be in the splash zone, will we?
Are you always this bubbly?
It's my job.
That's right. You guys are in the entertainment business. How is business?
Wonderful. You should stop by sometime. Are you the gambling type?
I only place bets that I know I'll win.
Then maybe you should play against Theo.
No. Theo has too many eyes in places that he can even count. And from the smell of it, and he looks up and down, seems like you've already played a game recently. Hungry?
Not anymore.
She's back to Katerina. I guess old habits die hard when you have a union. You smell of it too.
Oh, right. Well, nonetheless, you should come by sometime, even if you don't play. I'm sure Declan would
Okay.
love company.
Oh, not if his shoulders stay that uptight.
Oh, he's
I
always
don't like
that.
people who's always so rough.
Well, our doors are always open for you, Sheriff.
Okay, we can dispense with the bullshit. It's fine. I get it. You're playing a part. I need to know how is business.
I assume you mean the very particular business that we are handling right now.
Mhm.
Well, without going into details publicly, business is good.
Please, we can go somewhere private. Details is what I work in.
Well, lead the way.
And I think Duran leads to a small side room. It's private. It's not as lavish as the quarters of the prince set up for themselves in this event center, but it's enough. There's chairs. There's some similar lighting. There's a decanter there that he grabs and he gestures to anyone. Do any of you partake?
Well,
Is it wine,
We can-
booze, or blood?
Oh, it's dirt shit whiskey.
Oh,
Oh, no, not dirt and shit whiskey.
Which
Yeah.
any of you could, you would just have to blush of life, of course.
yeah. Oh,
I'm so tempted.
If you want any, that's fine. And he pops the top of the decanter and he takes a pull straight from it. Please sit. I would like to get this over with.
no. We can make it as quick as you need.
As detailed as I need.
What details do you need?
Everything. If there's something you think I shouldn't know, that's exactly what you need to tell me.
No, we're more than happy to share. Declan, do you want to go over what you're supervising first?
I'd like to hear from you, actually. And he looks at Chancie. What are you doing?
Well, you asked about the entertainment earlier. Me and my band do most of that, including a mixed martial arts fight club of sorts, where also money is exchanged. I also work in most of the redecorating of the Viper's Vengeance itself.
Money that you handle. How are you flipping it? I'm sure it's not in just paint.
Oh no, mostly bills for the most part when it comes to the mixed martial arts. The bookie does most of that work. One of specifically my bassist works with that. One of my band members.
A special budget for shirts.
Oh, absolutely. Mine
So,
specifically. Would
your
you like?
nipples are out.
Keeps people interested.
Understood. Apologies. Yes, Declan, I assume you have the most detailed report.
I am observing our VIP area where our most high rollers place their bets with large amounts of cash. We have lost a few VIPs recently, but the money has been replaced with various meet and greets by members of the various Pittsburgh professional athletes. We had TJ Watt in last week. We have a couple hockey players. They do signings in cash. We take a cut of them, kick back the rest to the players under the table. It's been very lucrative.
Are you losing VIPs?
Small group thought they were above the rules of the casino. I threatened
You
one.
got rid of them.
Yes. I have eyes on them, though. They won't make a fuss. And if they do, then I'll take care of it.
Said Theodore, and it goes into legal matters.
If needed. Those are all well handled. Not a hiccup. That said, of course, any operation of this magnitude is going to have its hurdles. Declan mentioned a few. We are also managing a set of controlled high rollers. People meant to lose money that they're given by us. That flow allows us to clean a good amount of the cash that we need to move through the casino. And it is going well. But we have had an issue with a few members. Well, one in particular. Someone who likes to play with other people's money, doesn't have the respect that they maybe should have. But we should make that money back in interest, and if not, Declan will take what is ours by other means.
Can you keep me abreast of that? It sounds like fun.
I will provide you with full details of who they are, the amount of money they took, and the amount of money we expect to get back.
And I assume you, looking at Katerina, you're the one who keeps these three in line.
Yes, I'm the business owner and make sure that they have enough money to do what they need for me. I think you'll be very pleased to hear about the airport that I'm signing on this week.
Heard about
Which
it?
Yes. Everything went exactly according to plan, and it will be perfect for the prince's personal uses.
Princess uses.
Yours, of course, should you need.
I don't fly.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, nonetheless.
Okay. Allow me a moment. I don't think I have to tell you how important it is that the four of you don't fuck this up. I think you all know, outside of the money that you're bringing in, the position is more important. And as much as I enjoy these conversations, these baby-sitting moments, I'd rather do something else. I don't think I won't have the biggest smile on my face if the four of you make me have to do my job. Is that understood?
Crystal.
Very clear.
I'll be keeping eyes on all of you. I already have. Heavy night. T takes another pull from the decanter. So you know your little airstrip, any interactions that you have will be monitored. I'll know about it one way or another. So please stay in line. We don't want another showcase at the next Elysium. I think 3 is my cap, but I'm willing to push it to 4. Is there anything else that I should know? Not that you think I should know, but that I should know. You all don't strike me as the quiet type.
Roll me a wits and insight, Duran.
No!
I am
Absolutely.
considering because
Don't
there
you
is a
do
thing.
it! Don't you fucking crack!
Oh my god!
might
And it's
crack.
almost like I have a specialty in insight.
You know what? If
Get
you
'em.
fucking crack here, I'll kill you first.
I tell the truth, all right? I
Theo,
told you if I was asked directly.
Your vow is to our marriage.
That's gone.
Justice.
That's gone.
You're wearing the rings.
Oh.
That's 4 successes, my guy.
4 successes.
What's
Who's
happening?
gonna crack? Ain't gonna be me.
Theo, I am curious what your yes.
Here's the way I see it. He's asking a very subjective question.
yes.
Anything I should know. Now I can infer what that might be. But
The
If-
lawyer's lawyering.
I am lawyering.
There was
If
a
he were-
follow-up.
If he were to ask me very specifically about something that we might be,
Doing.
or someone that we might be hiding, I would absolutely mention
wrong.
that. I have been very clear that I do not lie. I will keep my mouth shut, but if I'm asked directly, I will tell the truth.
Okay. Chancie, you had your hand raised. Was there something you were going to?
Oh, it was just a snarky remark.
I see. Now, Duran, you rolled 4 successes. I would say there's certainly a tense air when you ask this question. You're not sure. There probably is something that they're hiding, but you can't glean at all like what it might be. It's kindred are always hiding something. You know that maybe there's something there, but you can't infer yet what it might be.
I think you see definitely in this space, Chancie is new. He probably looks like the one you want to you're
bad.
eyeing right now.
Oh no, he like it's definitely like he's sitting behind like a very small like desk. It's not even honestly, he probably shouldn't sit in the chair that he's in now because it's not big boy proof. And he's just looking at all of you. And he locks eyes with Chancie and he stands up from the desk and he goes to the other side and he sits on the edge and crosses his arms and he goes, you know, Kindred aren't the best at being honest. I know that. And I don't expect much. But I do expect a working relationship that we both can agree on. Think of it this way. I'm here to help you. You want to be successful, and I don't want to have to extend myself. So it would be in your best interest to view me as a friend. Because I don't think you want me as your shadow.
Well, we can agree there, Sheriff.
No, we can. With that being said, I'm sorry, yes?
Nope, nothing. Nothing on my
Oh.
end. If that, yeah.
Oh, I thought Katerina was going to say something.
Oh,
Actually, you're right. I have been hiding something. And I think if we're going to be friends, which I would very much like to, you're a very imposing and handsome man, and I like to befriend those. You had the right idea about the ring earlier. You see, I was quite worried as Theodore and I's relationship was ordained by the prince not, oh goodness, how many years ago, and regrettably I was quite nervous about him finding out that we are no longer of the same mind and are not together. And I would hate for it to upset the prince, you see. We've seen fit to keep it secret.
Duran walks over to Katerina and kind of like squats in front of them and looks them in their face. And more so for flavor, not more effect. He does Eyes of the Serpent, and they get black, and you can see it. And he looks at you and he goes, "Are you trying to charm me?"
Do I need to try?
"Yes."
Huh.
"You're not my type." And then he slightly glances at Chancie.
It's a curse.
I knew it.
The prince doesn't give a shit about your desiccated nuptials. Do you think he doesn't know already?
He does then.
No, he doesn't. He has no idea.
Oh.
But he doesn't care. He can barely stand.
Like in the literal sense?
Take your pick.
Huh.
A rose always knows how to perform.
You always talk in parables.
Only
He does.
because it makes me sound sexy as hell.
He's an artist. You get
Yes.
used to it.
By the way, he's still squatted in front of you.
Mm.
He stands. He turns to Theodore, grabs your shoulders, and you can kind of feel this tight grasp that really shouldn't be there. And he goes, "It's understandable. Forever's a long time." Then he ruffles the top of your head a little bit as he walks away. If there's nothing else, you all know how to find me. Before I go, though, something to think about, and you can deal with this however you morally see fit. I'm not akin to your unlife's journey. But when I go to sleep, I go with a smile on my face because I know when I wake up for the night, I am one thing, and it makes me feel good. And I think a lot of kindred forget that. At the end of the day, I'm still a monster. And he looks at every single one of you, and you can feel it. Yins, have a good evening. And he leaves.
You too, Sheriff.
Sheriff Duran exits, walks through the crowd of Elysium, the chatter still continuing. And in just a quick second glimpse, he vanishes from sight. And you do not see him for the rest of the evening. And we will take a break here and thank our lovely guest,
Real clap.
for
my
joining
God.
us as a guest for this very
Chef's kiss.
important scene, two very important scenes this evening for this episode of Blood Money. Thank you so much, Ian, for joining us. That was amazing. Amazing. I cannot wait to see more of Duran in the future and see how the sheriff operates with this coterie. So we'll be right back, everybody. We're going to take a quick break, potty break, get your food, get your drinks, all of those things. And we'll be back in just a few. So see you guys in a sec.
and
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the second half. It's probably going to be a shorter second half because we went long the first half. Admittedly, I didn't. I expected us to get into Elysium faster, and we had our a couple of feeding mishaps, so that extended us a little bit longer, which is totally fine. That's what Vampire is all about. So I'm glad that we had that. But we are going to continue our night of Elysium here, but I wanted to quickly go through our announcements, and maybe while I'm doing that, Chris, I would love to queue up the art of Duran so we could take a little peek-see, because
of
I
course.
realize, yeah, we usually like to do that when we have new character art, just take a closer zoom at the character art and appreciate it for all of its glory. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that.
So this is Duran,
Beautiful.
our sheriff.
He's
Look
so
at him.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
He's still my beating. Oh wait.
Oh. So yes,
Ooh.
Crhysbe once again doing amazing work
Amazing work.
creating this art of Duran. It's really great when I had this idea for Ian YaBoiBIG to play our sheriff, and I like just
Oh.
there's Chancie.
Ooh, that's his twink.
The size comparison.
Let's go.
Love it.
So I told Ian, I was like, I want you to play our sheriff. But I didn't have a hard concept in mind of what I wanted the sheriff, but I had a couple of things that I'd like notes that I jotted to him, and I was like, hey, this is the stuff about the sheriff. Can you build the character how you see fit? So he gave me the design and direction for Duran, and this is how he came to be. And I am super thrilled and super excited for it. So yes, this is our art. This is Duran. We will see more of him in the future. I'm very excited. Thank you, Crhysbe, as always, for making such incredible art for all of our characters. Truly. So, yes, for us, this episode will be our last episode for a little bit. This is for the folks on YouTube, because I usually cut the beginning, so they miss this part. But this will be the last Blood Money episode for a little bit of time. We are, next Friday, are going to be starting our new chronicle, Spirit of the Pack, which is a Werewolf the Apocalypse 5th edition chronicle with all new werewolf players that will be joining us. And a little preview from this art, I'll give you guys a sneak peek of who's playing who from left to right. We have Aki, who's joining us. Akinomi, if you know her from, she ran some Trophy Dark on our channel and also is part of our Girl by Moonlight games. Then we have Sparrow, a Black Sparrow, who plays with us on Tuesdays for the Wild Sea. And then next we have Mandy, the Mandy. And last but not least, we have Story Dad, who plays in Heirs of Honor on Thursdays. So all familiar faces to our Magi crew. They are pretty new to Werewolf also. I think Story Dad is the only one who has the most familiarity with Werewolf the Apocalypse. Aki has played in a Werewolf one-shot. Sparrow is brand new to the World of Darkness. Mandy is at least familiar with Vampire. So this is going to be a new crew in Werewolf the Apocalypse 5th edition. So I am excited to take them through the world of Werewolf and being Garu. So join us next week for that. That'll be a short series. And then we'll be back with Blood Money. We'll probably be releasing next our short vignettes that I had mentioned last episode. We're going to do little like one-on-one sessions. I'm going to do one with each of the players, and we can get a glimpse of our 4 coterie members, what they do when they're not with the coterie. What is a night in the life of Declan, Theo, Chancie, and Katerina when they're not doing all of their coterie business? Get a little glimpse of maybe their touchstones, maybe some personal things that they take care of, how maybe a little deep into how they feed. So that will be released to YouTube, straight to YouTube, for you to watch at your own leisure. And that'll probably be released before we come back for Blood Money. So stay tuned for all the announcements on what we have going on in our Discord. That's where the updates come first. So if you that's the best place to stay updated on all of our schedule and what we have going on. So discord.gg/magicrpg. Come hang out with us and chat about the shows. Otherwise, yeah, we'll have our other programming happening next week as well. The Wild Sea on Tuesdays, Heirs of Honor on Thursdays, and Werewolf on Fridays. And that's what we have going on in April. So let's dive back into it, shall we? Back to Elysium, back to Pittsburgh. We see our coterie standing alone now after being taken to a private room, a conversation with the sheriff. He takes his leave and vanishes for the night. And we're left with the four of you. What would any of you, all of you, like to do?
Oh, well, that's a lot to process.
It is.
I mean,
Does
I
anyone
think
have sense the unseen?
I don't think any of you do, surprisingly.
Motherfucker.
I would. That's so. Declan is going to stand. You know, he remained standing. He didn't sit. Dust yourselves off. We're still at Elysium. We still have to go outside this room.
Mm-hmm.
that's correct.
We'll talk when we get home.
Yes. We should.
Nothing about our plans have fundamentally changed. We're still here to do what we're here to do.
Correct. And it's
Mhm.
going smoothly.
Very.
We're still on track.
Everyone, lighten up. It's a party. It's a
No.
wedding.
That was followed by an execution.
Tomatoes, tomatoes. You know, weddings, funerals. Obviously, the Camarilla likes to get everything done at the same time.
Of
All I'm
course,
saying
why not?
is, if we're supposed to be showing some sort of understanding of unification, there must be things we need to learn about everybody else. Why should we be the only ones inspected?
I think it would be good to get a feel on how people took this night's events. I'm sure people will be talking about it. I wonder if anybody is sharing any interesting opinions.
This Montgomery fellow, did anyone know him?
I sure didn't.
What clan was he from?
You know that he was from Clan Toreador.
Maybe you can talk to Annabelle. Maybe she knew him. Do we have a Toreador Primogen? Sorry, you introduced a couple Primogens.
A prince is a Toreador.
No, just the
That is
prince
true,
and
that is
your
true, yeah.
seneschal. The seneschal is a Toreador,
Mhm.
so
And
there's no Primogen rep.
Maybe you can talk to your sire. See if
I'm
they
sure
knew.
she'll be very interested in that.
What, you talking to her or Mr. Montgomery? The late.
Everyone's interested
Mr.
in talking to me, but yes, possibly Montgomery.
You know, Duran had a good point. Do you always have to talk like that?
He had a good point, and also he wants to fuck me, so obviously yes.
Oh, yes, he made that clear.
You're not going to beat the art out of the artist, Declan.
That is fair. That is fair. Okay, well, let's all go enjoy this Elysium. But let's not leave this room like we're a bunch of reprimanded children.
No reprimand happened.
I'm not saying it did. I'm just saying he was able to leave first before we will. So our eyes are going to be on this door. Chins held high, shoulders straight.
Would you like me to go out first?
Yes, Chancie. Maybe turn on some of your presence stuff.
Well, don't do that.
Presence is unneeded. And Chancie will open the door and walk out and put on a performance of someone who either enjoyed the execution previously or just got laid.
And those are so similar.
And
Those
we are,
two.
and everyone else is in the room, so something
I mean,
happened.
for
Just-
Declan and
just-
Chancie, it is
oh.
the same.
Yeah, that's true. Chancie, you exit first. There are some glances on you. You notice the Ventrue. Yes.
I do have something if I'm looking at everyone.
Yes.
I would like to use what makes them tick. So it's like an insight check on the crowd just after the execution, after the wedding. I'm just
Is that a
trying to get
merit?
read
Is that
on-
a merit you have, or is that?
Yes,
Yeah.
that is my
Yep.
from my lore sheet. It is a merit from my Victoria Ash.
Nice.
Yes.
So not a discipline, not against the rules.
Not a discipline, so
No.
not against the rules.
Yes.
Yes, so you get 2 extra dice to insight. So you can roll me what's insight. Is there anything what specifically are you looking for with this insight?
That what Theodore asked, which is basically like, do I get a sense of people being feeling uneasy with the execution, uneasy
see.
with the wedding, just
I see.
getting a read on individuals.
Yes. Go ahead and roll me that wits and insight and add 2 extra dice to that roll.
You got it.
How many times can you do that?
You can use that as much as you want.
Wow.
It's
Strong one.
technically,
Uh-oh.
and I will
It says
allow it.
vampire. It says kindred, like target, doesn't it?
You gain 2 extra dice when scrutinizing a target for their vulnerabilities. So
Yeah.
you technically should have it like on a specific target for a specific thing, but I think it's cool, so I think it is fine to apply it for this situation.
You are a gracious storyteller. I rolled 7 successes.
7.
I'm gonna do a boomer camera of this because that was all the dice.
How many dice did you
Seven.
roll?
I rolled, I believe 7. How do I look at the dice again?
Let's see. Wits and insight. 3,
5 plus
4,
the
5,
extra
6, 7.
2.
Yeah, you would have rolled 7. Okay. How is the atmosphere? How is the room, Chancie? You walk out and glance around. It's a mix. There are some pockets of conversation where you can tell people were more shocked. There is debate among a Ventrue circle where you do see one of the Ventrue that Theodore had previously spotted and recognized. They are debating if the executions should have been held privately. They all agree that it was a fair judgment to also include the sire and have the 3 generations taken care of. So there's some talk there. You see the Toreador circles more gossiping on the spectacle of it. One of them seems to be a bit distraught, actually, and maybe you gather that maybe they knew this Caleb. Montgomery who was killed. Like, they are actually a bit torn up about it. Some of the other circles of conversation, it's a bit mixed. So it's not all one mood or tone over another.
Okay. But mainly the Ventrue and the Toreador groups would be the ones.
They seem to be the most engaged about it.
Okay. We'll walk out and I will start either making my way to that group or if I see my sire, making my way to her.
You see your sire. Yes, actually, you see your sire talking with this Ventrue. Her name is M, and she is. The two of them are having a conversation.
Ravaging as ever. And he gives a deep bow.
Oh, I was just wondering where you were, my child. How's your evening going?
Talks and chatter, gossip.
Of course.
I'm getting all the tea, so.
Of course. I haven't had the chance to introduce you to the Ventrue Whip. This is M. And M, she just gently nods. It's a pleasure to meet you, Chancie.
Pleasure is, of course, mine.
Now, Chancie, I don't think I've given you the full hierarchy of the council of the Camarilla. A whip is somebody who works for the Primogen. So Miss M works directly for, oh my God, I can't think of her name. Margaret. Also, I hear myself in somebody.
Echo.
Yeah. She works for Miss Margaret directly. That's her position.
Outstanding. And your feelings about the nuptials this evening, Miss M?
I thought it was a lovely arrangement. It's always good to see a public display, a union, a bonding, something worth celebrating.
And I, for one, am always impressed with an individual showing they have control of a scenario, such as the prince did earlier. Would you agree?
I certainly would. It seems that we need a tighter grip on this city. If things like that are going to be falling through the cracks so easily, we should be more aware.
Of course. If anything, we wouldn't want to show weakness in any matter. And he looks to a sire.
Of course not, Chancie. Now, where's the rest of your coterie this evening?
You know, Kindred like to, I'm still new to the whole coterie thing, Miss M, but, my sire knows that, they just like to have their space sometimes. Sent me out as a, scouting party of sorts.
I see. Well, that is what you do best, is it not? Scouting out the room.
Most people just have a knack for telling me their deepest and darkest secrets. I think it's my eyes.
That is why you caught my eye, Chancie.
Sometimes it's just luck.
Now, I would love for you to perhaps meet some of the Primogen if your coterie would be interested. Happy to do proper introductions if that's something you all would be interested in. Just come find me.
I'm sure they'd be very interested. Ma'am.
Of course.
And he will, if you guys have not yet left, he would go and meet up with you guys.
And how's the vibe?
Tense in some places. Toreador being dramatic as always.
Sounds about right.
How else are you supposed to get attention around here? So many roses in one garden. Anyways, my sire does wish to partake in conversation if anyone is interested.
It would be nice to speak to the Seneschal.
Why not?
Of course. All right.
Chancie, do you lead the rest of the crew back over to Rose?
Like the messenger he is, absolutely. He will walk them all back to his sire.
Ah, yes, there's the rest of the Viper's Vengeance.
We have to stop meeting like this.
Seneschal, it is good to see you again.
A pleasure.
Always.
It is good to see you all as well. Hopefully you've been enjoying the evening's festivities.
It is quite endearing tonight.
Yes.
You have to always respect watching justice being doled out.
Or a beautiful marriage.
That is just what I predicted the two of you would see from this. Of course.
Are we that predictable?
For Toreador, yes. It's very easy to read.
And you are?
My name is M. I am the Ventrue whip for Miss Carnegie Miller.
Is that the letter M or EM?
EM.
EM, got it.
Yes, it's been some time. It's good to see you again. I believe we last spoke at the previous Elysium.
It has indeed, Theodore. Good to see you again.
And how goes business?
Business is going well, actually. I have made a few investments, and I would absolutely love somebody to perhaps review the paperwork.
Oh, I see. Well, of course, my services can be rendered to such an illustrious kindred as yourself and your Primogen.
That would be lovely. Perhaps we can arrange some time.
You know where to find me.
Now, Rose speaks up. I realize that you all have been in the city for some time, and there is the opportunity to do more business for the Camarilla. So, if you all would be interested, I would love to introduce you all to the Primogen Council.
That would be lovely.
Of course. She looks to M. It was lovely catching up, M. We'll speak more soon. M nods. And now, if you would follow me, we can just head to this room here. She takes you all to one of the other side rooms where there is like a lounge area where you see all of the Primogen, actually, and the keeper. You don't see the sheriff, you don't see the hound, but you see the 4 Primogen which is, again, the Ventrue Primogen, the Gangrel Primogen, the Nosferatu, and the Tremere Regent / Primogen, kind of a hybrid role. The Seneschal speaks up. I would love to introduce to you all the coterie of the Viper's Vengeance. The four of them who are in conversation pause. And the first one to speak up is actually Miss Margaret Carnegie Miller, who she's an older woman. I want you to think Meryl Streep, Devil Wears Prada. That is the short bob, white hair bob that is just so well done, put together. She has little earrings. She wears a white blouse with suspenders and pants, actually, almost like a pantsuit. But she doesn't have a jacket. She has like a very expensive white blouse that she wears with pearl earrings, a pearl necklace, and a jacket that lays to the side. Well, I, for one, have been very excited to meet Miss Katerina.
It is lovely to meet you. I absolutely adore your pantsuit. It's beautiful. Where did you get it?
She names a designer brand to you.
It's Balenciaga.
Oh,
Thank you.
how trashy. Don't mind me. No, I don't say that. She's thinking it.
I have been wanting to come visit the casino myself. I just haven't had the time.
Well, it's not like the Carnegies are known for gambling, are they?
This is true. Nor are the Vanderbilts, last I checked.
Well, you know the Vanderbilts always expanding their empire.
This is true. So, how has business been there?
Smooth, surprisingly so. Typically, it's, you get someone every once in a while that likes to rough things up, but that's what I have my lovely Declan for.
Yes, and this is the rest of your coterie, Declan. Lovely to meet you.
It is lovely to meet you as well.
She looks to the others.
Theodore, Sinclair.
Chancie Jones.
Of serendipity, I hear.
Guilty as charged.
Oh, another reason why I need to stop by the casino. I've heard so many good things.
He is quite the star. You should come see him perform. Enchanting, really. And not a speck of presence needed to be so.
I wouldn't expect anything less.
Sometimes I forget I even have it.
I've heard the rumors, of course, of the casino becoming a bit more for the Camarilla.
Really?
A bit of a hot spot for future events. Maybe one day we'll even see an Elysium there.
That would be cool.
Go on.
I didn't realize they were rumors. It's a very small circle of people that.
It's a small
knew
city.
that. Well, it is exciting news, I'd say.
Perhaps I then make a stop sometime soon. A little visit.
That would be wonderful. I'd love to have you. Perhaps we play a game or two, listen to Chancie and his band, and have a drink. Maybe talk about, I don't know, some something we could whip up together for these proposed future events. Wouldn't that be nice?
Hmm. I think it would be. Absolutely. I'll have Em make some plans for it, and we can make some arrangements for a visit sometime soon.
Wonderful. We'd love to have you. Just give us a little bit of a heads up so I can roll out the carpets for you, dear.
I very much would appreciate that, Miss Sinclair.
Of course. You deserve nothing but.
Now, I'm going to get back to my conversation. But
Of course.
it was lovely meeting you all.
And you as well.
Pleasure.
We'll see you at the casino sometime soon.
We will indeed. The rest of the Primogen do greet you all. Nothing too much of note. Xander, the gangrel,
I want to know about him.
he's probably the one that makes the most convo with you guys. I think the Nosferatu, Primogen, Elvira, and then the Tremere Primogen, they're a bit less interested in your affairs, but Xander actually is. He approaches you all. Xander, Klaus. Lovely to meet you.
What's this man look like again?
He actually, I do have. I
Just
do-
remembered a little rugged and long haired, and
Yes.
it all went out. There we go.
He has yes. He has long brunette hair and some facial hair. He wears a long sleeve shirt with a vest over it, and again, he's well put together. He walks up. He had his hand in his pockets, but then he outstretches to shake your hands.
Is he tall?
He's pretty tall, yeah. Not as tall as Duran, but
And well, Duran is very tall.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, I'll shake this man's hand. Oh, there's art. Wonderful.
There's art.
Want to shake his hand?
Oh, I'll shake this man's hand.
Looking like Akshan from League of Legends.
A little bit.
Ooh,
Um,
good reference.
For everybody in the audience, I may do a little thing where I share out. I have like some reference images for all of my like Camarilla characters. I've put it all in like this little Canva thing, and so maybe I will share that out. Not all of the art is art that it's some of just like inspiration art that I found. So it's not like art that we've commissioned. Hence why I don't always show it on stream, because I don't know if we have permission to show the art, but I will show it at least in the Discord. So join our Discord, and if you want to get like more of a visual of these characters, because I'm a very visual storyteller, I need like images of the characters to like envision who they are and play them. So yes. So Xander does extends his arm or his hand to shake all of yours.
Shake, shake, shake.
So I'm sure you hear this all the time, that I've heard good things about your business.
Oh, what a wonderful icebreaker. Have you been?
No, not myself.
Oh, not a gambler.
I don't usually dabble. No. Not that I'm against it, it's just not really my thing.
Right. What about music then? Surely you want to come hear Chancie sing.
I can appreciate a good jazz band. Yeah.
Hmm.
I tend to monitor the outskirts of the city a bit more for the prince.
Oh,
I keep an eye on what's happening surrounding. So I've seen a couple of different establishments. Have you all? I'm sorry to just like kind of just break into this right away, and we haven't even had the small talk yet. Have you all heard of the Club Eternal?
Yes.
We have, yes.
Yes, I've been keeping my eye on it. I know it's technically not under our domain. It's in its own little special spot
Mhm.
in the city. I'm keeping my eyes on it just for safety reasons.
Oh, are you worried?
I mean, anything that's not really under our jurisdiction, it can be concerning.
Of course, yes.
And what was it again you do?
I wouldn't say that I'm a sheriff role of sorts, but I'm more am a
A guardian.
vigilante,
Vigilante.
a guardian. I like the term guardian better, perhaps. I just I keep an eye on things that fall under maybe the sheriff and the hound's radar.
Hmm.
Matters outside of the
see.
city.
All right.
And we are safer for it.
Of course. I just have my eye on a little bit of everything.
Is there anything specific
And-
to Eternal? Or you're just afraid of a Tzimisce in the city?
More so the latter.
And I can certainly appreciate the oddity of an unaffiliated organization residing in the heart of our city. It's not standard.
It's a little bit of a thorn in the prince's side. It's not the biggest thorn, but it's just irritating enough to really want to be taken care of and mended to. But we don't technically have the jurisdiction to do so.
Well, why don't you invite her in?
We've sent invitation. It's usually met with nothing or sending some lackey of sorts.
Huh.
Is it that easy?
I mean, there are other ways to take care of these things, but
No, I meant to
There-
join the Camarilla.
oh, to join the Camarilla.
I am very familiar of how to take care of a problem.
Of course.
But as a member of a clan that is technically not part of the Camarilla, it is interesting to know that a simple invitation can get you protection.
Usually it requires some sort of blood tax, or just any tax in general. Look, my clan, Clan Gangrel, we also aren't always welcome in the Camarilla, but here I am, a primogen, showing that not everything falls under the same standards that we're so used to with the Camarilla. I've seen Caitiff, I've seen Ravnos, I've seen all sorts of clans find their way and find their place in the Camarilla.
Hmm.
And if a member of the Camarilla, let's say one day, you have a member of Clan Ravnos in your court, and the Camarilla decides that Ravnos are no longer wanted amongst kindred society, is that Ravnos welcome?
Things can change very quickly. I've seen it happen in cities before.
Hmm.
That's just how it goes.
That's just how it goes.
We have to make changes, the necessary changes to survive.
So wouldn't you say that, I'm not going to spare her name, Miss Valentina del Castillo, has made it her notion to survive in the city?
Clearly. But look,
I just wanted to mention that.
she has a business. The business seems to be, I wouldn't say thriving. He actually looks to you, Katerina. How do you feel about a competing business? It's not a casino per se, but it's a club. Do you feel threatened by it?
I wouldn't say I do. Like you said, it's a club, not a casino. And as mine is sanctioned by the Camarilla, I tend to get quite a bit of business from that. I'm not worried about a club that welcomes anarchs.
We serve different demographics.
Exactly.
That's fair. Not that this is something I suggested, of course, but during meetings and discussions, there was talk of maybe consolidating businesses, merging businesses. That was brought up as a potential discussion by some Ventrue. I don't even know who, but clearly not a good option.
Merging. Please.
And who would you have Eternal merge with? You're suggesting the Vengeance.
Again, he kind of like shrugs like, it was not my idea. It was brought up as a potential option. I'm just sharing some things that I know with you all as a courtesy.
Well, Xander,
Oh.
what do you think?
A business is something that is not my expertise in any way, shape, or form. So I have no opinion.
Good
But
answer.
politics?
Politics, they have their purpose. My concern is just more of any potential threats. I take care if there's whisperings of lupine. I'm your person to take care of that if it happens. If there's concerns of Second Inquisition, well, Duran mostly takes care of that, but I step in and help where needed.
Well, if we catch whiff of any dogs, we'll be sure to let you know.
That would be greatly appreciated.
But as far as I know, we have no quarrel with Club Eternal.
No.
Maybe if there's anything you find out that would be of interest to us, we would, of course, be grateful for that information being shared.
Of course. It's good to just have your eyes open at all things that
That's how-
surround our city.
That's how we survive, Xander.
Questions, Ed?
Yes.
As someone who keeps an eye out, perceives things, I assume you make a lot of hypotheses.
One does, yes.
Going back to my co-worker's comments previously about an invitation being so easy, would it be as strange if the Tzimisce had information that made it simple to only need an invitation? I believe to the Ventrue, they call it leverage.
Mm. He smiles and bares his fangs just a little bit at that. I see where you're going with this, Chancie.
Just a hypothesis, of course.
It's a good one.
Something you probably already thought of. I'm new to all this, apologies.
Well, if any other things come up, any other threats, any other concerns, let me know.
Xander,
Yes.
You said the things you look for are Lupine, Second Inquisition. What about the Sabbat? Would they fall under your radar?
He raises an eyebrow. Now that... He once again kind of... he takes that sigh and the fangs just... He sees through that a bit. That might be a bit above my pay grade. You'd want to talk to Duran about that one.
I see. Touchy subject?
A touchy subject for many of us.
Have you experienced them before?
Many, many years ago.
Oh, my.
I come from the South.
Oh, we do as well. Or at least the three of us do.
Yeah, didn't end well there for
No,
our side.
it didn't.
Oh, we've had some dealings with Sabbat, as I'm sure you are aware of. It wasn't exactly private within the upper echelons of the city's Camarilla.
I'm not familiar with the extent of the dealings, only the whisperings.
Well, here's to hoping that neither of us have to deal with them again.
Yes.
Whatever.
One can only hope.
If you did see them, would you be so kind as to tell me?
Well, first I would probably tell my sheriff.
Well, of course. Could I be included on the list?
He pauses for a moment. Sure. If there are any rumblings or whisperings, I'll keep your name on the list.
Wonderful. I don't intend to let what happened back home happen here, and I would like to be prepared as one of the older kindred in the city. I think that would be part of my duty.
It's a good point that you bring up. Yeah. I'll keep you in mind, Katerina.
Wonderful. Then you'll have to come to the casino.
You got me there.
I am good at that.
I'm sure we'll be seeing each other soon then.
Of course. Well, don't let us take up all your time. Have a lovely night.
You all as well.
Take care.
Is there any other conversation that any of you would like to have with any of the Primogen, any of the circle of...
I don't want to
Not
maybe do a
Camarilla.
specific conversation, but I will say, assuming that, I think we're probably drawing to the end of the session, right? But assuming that we are spending more time at the Elysium, Theodore would be talking to, he wants to get a sense of how people felt about the executions and specifically the thin blood situation in general.
Yes.
And while he's not going to push, he's not going to go around. I don't want people to say like Theodore was weird asking everybody about thin bloods, but I'm sure it'll come
Right.
up every once in a while. Theo would bring it up himself, but he's feeling it out and subtly trying to gauge the range of interest. So I was hoping that maybe, I don't know if I could do a roll or if you could tell me, we could even follow up with that later, but that is what Theodore has been doing in separate conversations.
Yes. Roll me just for this a charisma and insight. And if there's anything else, again, yeah, we don't have to like RP every single scene, but if there are specific things that anybody would like to do, make a note of, like have a subtle interaction with any parties at this event, let me know. We can make a note of it. We can roll for it, whatever anybody would like to do.
4 successes.
4 successes. I'll say this, Theo. It's surprisingly a mixed bag as far as the reception goes about about most people think the embrace, the unapproved embrace was bad. That is something everybody agrees on. That should not have happened. But there is a bit of a mixed bag of if they should have kept the thin blood. Some people feel that thin bloods do have a place in the city, and some don't. It leans more to the don't.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
I would just make note of who those people were
Okay.
on either side of that. That would be a mental
Okay.
note that I'm taking.
Yeah. Okay. Any other things that we just want to note for the Elysium?
I would speak to my sire, but I imagine that would take time. So I'm happy to play that out later.
Yes, I think that makes sense. You actually, when you greet your sire, he very quickly explains to you that he just arrived in town this evening. He's passing through for some business, and he would love to have a chat with you soon.
Okay. And then my only note would be to have watched him through the night before that.
Yes. The things that you notice, he concludes his conversation with Annabelle, and you see him speaking with the Ventrue, or he goes back in the back room to speak with the Ventrue Primogen for a little bit. He speaks with the Seneschal a bit. Most of the folks that he speaks with are all in the upper echelon, Camarilla. He doesn't seem to speak to anybody else, any other kindred. Any
My sire would-
commoners.
Yeah, my sire would never talk to a commoner. That's fair. Right. Okay. Noted.
Declan would find Burgundy.
Okay.
Just real quick. He would approach her. It's good to see you again,
Oh, Declan.
Burgundy.
It's good to see you as well.
Did you enjoy the show?
Oh, it was quite the spectacle.
Isn't it?
Nothing like I've seen.
3 kindred in one night.
That really
Something-
puts our numbers down.
It does, doesn't it? But what can you do?
Seems unfortunate
It does.
all around.
Well, we were just about to wrap up. I did just want to say hello.
I appreciate that, Declan.
Of course.
It's good to see your face and your coterie as well. Hope you're all doing well.
And you as well. You have a good night. And he will go to... Without being weird, because, like, this is weird, like, we know... But, like, he will go to give her a hug. As, like... And he will just say, Eternal is drawing eyes. Make sure you let your owner know. Just a real quick whisper.
Okay. She At first is confused by the hug, but then she does give you the hug. She hears that, she smiles and nods at you. I'll see you soon.
You take care, Burgundy.
Any other affairs for the evening?
Rinse and repeat with what Chancie does. Just up in people's business. Flirting.
Just flirting,
usual.
smooching. Yep.
Well then, there was a lot of information exchanged this evening. A lot of new kindred that have entered into your circles. A lot of people to keep track of, keep eyes on. A lot of little notes here and there to be kept up there. But overall, a successful Elysium. Quite the demonstration. And as you all exit, the one thing you note is that no audience with the prince. That's unfortunate.
Sus.
Insulting is what that is.
Yes.
It really is.
Kind of a slap in the
But-
face.
You did meet his whole council. Very charming. And I will say, out of the takeaway, you had positive, even with Elvira and the Tremere region, Alicia. Or not Alicia. Oh my god. Hold on, I'm gonna get her name again.
Is it a-
I was about to say, oh, she was here.
Alicia. Oh my god, I have too many Alisas and Alicias. Guys, I did not check
no
my
thoughts were
names.
had during
I
that.
have Elisha, Alicia, and Alicia. We're gonna have to change some of these names.
Yeah.
But all of the inner circle that you've met, very pleasant. The Tremere, the Seneschal, even the Keeper of Elysium, you've had very pleasant experience with. But the prince himself, nothing.
It's not looking at.
But as always, it is back to business after this event and this evening. And when we pick back up, we will see how the laundering job continues and see how much work truly needs to be done for the Viper's Vengeance in order to successfully complete this job and truly solidify yourselves to the Camarilla, impress all of these lovely people that you've met, show that your business can do this. The night comes to a close, and slowly lingering outside of the city, past Pittsburgh, into the greater Pennsylvania. As the moon rises on the next night, we hear a gentle howl at the moon. And the trees rustle with something creeping slowly through the trees in the mark of a strange, dark spiral. What could it be? Perhaps we will find out on another night. That is where we end our story for now, for Blood Money.
Not to be that kid. Teacher, you forgot
Yes.
to take on the
Ah.
homework. The stain
Yes.
rolls.
That is
Ooh.
that is the
Let's
last
go,
thing
Theo.
we need to do for this evening. Now, how this will work.
Sorry,
my dear
they're just
kindred.
juicy. If they weren't juicy, I wouldn't have brought it up.
You are
but
absolutely correct,
They
and I'm
are
so glad I
juicy.
said somebody remind me.
I forgot. I forgot.
Humanity only
I
shifts in
forgot.
response to actions with major story significance, embracing a new child, damage to a touchstone, and so forth. Blah, blah, blah. Track stains by checking off spaces from right to left. If a character acts in violation of a chronicle tenet, storyteller weighs the severity of that violation. Remorse. You roll a number of dice equal to the unmarked, unfilled dots on the humanity tracker. For example, a character with humanity 6 and 2 stains would roll 2 dice. The minimum number of dice in a remorse roll is 1, even if the whole track is full. Players roll only 1 die. So essentially, you mark your slash. Any of the empty squares that you have is the amount of dice you roll.
Okay, so I'm rolling 2.
If the remorse roll results in at least 1 success, the character has suffered enough guilt, shame, or regret to retain their current humanity. They remove all stains. If the remorse roll results in no successes, the beast has won. The character must lose 1 point of humanity and remove all stains.
I'm scared. Guys, I'm scared.
Wait, do you remove the stains either way? Is that how that
Yes,
works?
you remove
Okay.
the stains either way.
Okay.
I have rolled 2 successes.
So you are safe.
I've rolled
Your
1.
guilt. You both are safe.
How much
feel
humanity? How much humanity do you have?
I have 7.
I have 6.
Oh,
I think
interesting.
that's just what I started with. I don't remember.
You're supposed to
did
start
we
with 7.
It might have been
I
one
have
of your.
7.
Sometimes some merits
Might be a merit.
and feeding types
Ooh.
result in you losing.
Alley
taking-
cat?
Yeah.
Is Alley cat a stain?
We might have
There,
discussed this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yes, Alley Cat is 1 dot of humanity gone.
Oh, so
yeah,
I'm more human than you. That's interesting.
yes.
Interesting.
No, Theo's not
So-
surprised by that.
Hmm.
He would agree.
Theodore and Katerina have suffered enough guilt, shame, and
We-
regret.
We're guilty.
You retain your current humanity.
Guilty as charged. As
And that
Chancie would
is-
say.
That is where we end our very eventful evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope to see you next week for Werewolf the Apocalypse, and we will see you even later for more Blood Money. Thank you guys so much. Have a good evening, and as always, don't let the beast win. Have a good night.
See you later.